Men don't usually talk about pain, not because they don't feel it, but because they were taught not to show it. From a young age, many boys learn a simple rule: be strong, don't cry, handle it yourself. And so they do, until one day they can't anymore. This is not a story about weakness. This is a story about silence. Learning to stay quiet. Boys are praised for endurance, not expression. For holding it together, not falling apart. When they're hurt, they're told to shake it off. When they're scared, they're told to man up. When they're sad, they're told it will pass. But emotions don't disappear when they're ignored. They settle. They pile up. They wait. By the time a man realizes something is wrong, he may no longer know how to talk about it. The loneliness no one sees. Men can be surrounded by people and still feel completely alone. They laugh with friends. They work. They provide. They show up. But inside, something feels empty. Many men don't have emotional language. They don't know how to say, "I'm not okay." So instead, they say nothing. Loneliness doesn't always look like isolation. Sometimes it looks like silence in a crowded room, the weight of being needed. For many men, self-worth is tied to usefulness, providing, protecting, succeeding. When a man loses his job, or his relationship, or his sense of purpose, he doesn't just feel like he failed. He feels like he no longer deserves to exist. And because he believes others depend on him, he convinces himself his pain doesn't matter. So he carries it, quietly, alone. When pain turns inward, depression in men doesn't always look like sadness. Sometimes it looks like anger, or distance, or drinking too much, or working endlessly, or taking risks that don't make sense. The world sees the behavior, but not the pain behind it. And instead of asking what's wrong, we often judge. Why men don't ask for help? Many men don't reach out. Not because they don't need help, but because they don't believe they're allowed to need it. They don't want to be a burden. They don't want to look weak. They don't want to fail again. So they stay silent. And silence is dangerous. Because when a man decides to leave this world, he often doesn't announce it. He just disappears. The cost of silence. Afterward, people say the same things. He seemed fine. He never said anything. I wish I had known. But the truth is, he was fighting a battle no one saw. And he didn't think he was allowed to ask for help. This is how silence kills. Not suddenly, but slowly. A different definition of strength. Strength is not suffering quietly. Strength is not pretending you're okay. Real strength is honesty. Real strength is saying, I need help. Men don't need to be fixed. They need to be heard. They need permission to feel, permission to break, permission to heal. Hope, not darkness. If you are a man watching this, and something here feels familiar, you are not broken. You are human. Talking is not weakness. Asking for help is not failure. Surviving is not shameful. And if you're someone who loves a man, ask him how he's really doing. Then listen. Sometimes that question is the difference between silence and survival. You are not alone, and you don't have to carry it in silence.